use what you have. So what do you have? What abilities do you have? What gifts do you have? What talent do you have? God has blessed all of us with various gifts, talents, skills. And we are different people, and God gives us according to our abilities. He knows what each of us needs, and He gives us accordingly. And these gifts and talent and abilities are really not for us, but they are meant for us to use them to bless people in our families, in our community, in our church family, and everywhere we find ourselves. However, there's a tendency that sometimes we might think that, oh, the gifts or the talent that I have is too small, it's too little, it's too insignificant. So what difference can I really even make? Is this necessary for me to even use it? So some of us, we are sitting on our gifts, our talent, our callings, because we are just looking down on them, and we think that they are so insignificant. There's no need for us to utilize them. And we are not different from the story in the Bible about a servant who went and hid his talent because he said it was too small. Some of us, literally, we are like that. But it's not actually the size of your gift or the kind of ability you have, whether it is big or it is small. What is important is that whatever gift we have, whatever ability, whatever talent we have, how are we utilizing those abilities and the gifts? How are we utilizing them to bless other people? And I believe that when we stand before God one day, that is what God is going to ask us. He's not going to look at us and say, oh, your gift was small, yours was big, so you did more. No. No matter the nature of the gift and the talent we have, what God is looking at is how are you utilizing it? How are you using it to be a blessing to others? So someone has a big or a very, very, for us in a human sense, we might think that a very great abilities, and the person is using, and you think that yours is very small or insignificant. Before God, we are all equal. The important thing is, how are we using what He has given to us? So what do we have? And I like this story, a story that is very remarkable in the Bible. And when you read Acts chapter 9 from the verse 36, we are told about a woman called Tabitha. And I just want to share her story. The Bible said that she was a servant or a follower of Jesus Christ. And she was a seamstress. She used her sewing skills to sew clothes and gave to the widows who were poor. Something that is very insignificant, something that you might think that is really nothing, just giving clothes to the poor. What is that? But we are told that later on, when Tabitha was sick and he died, they called Peter. And when Peter got there, he saw that the widows in the community had all gathered. And they had not just gathered, but they were all holding clothes that Tabitha had made for them while she was alive. And they were all showing forth, and they were crying. So in effect, they were saying that this woman has touched our lives. This woman has blessed us. This woman has shown us love. This woman has shown us kindness. This woman impacted on us positively in a way that has really changed our lives. And they were crying. And their tears actually touched God's heart. And this is something that you would think that it's really nothing. But look at what happened. Let me read something here. It says that after she became ill and died, disciples sent for Peter to see if God will work a miracle through him. When he arrived, weeping widows showed him robes and other clothes that Tabitha had made for them. So there were evidence. These clothes were evidence of her always doing good in her city with the little ability that God had given her. She used her skills to help the poor and others. By God's power, Tabitha was restored to life. So what is remarkable here is the fact that what this woman did, I don't even think Tabitha herself was aware of the impact she was making in the lives of these women. I don't think she even knew what she was doing. But it was something that really pleased God, and God honored her, and God raised her from the dead. She came back to life. There were people in the Bible, we might think that they had great abilities and big talent, But when they died, we didn't see this miracle happen to them. And what it tells us is that maybe Tabitha's gift might have been small, but she did it diligently. She was diligent in utilizing the little that God had given to her. She was faithful in doing what God had called her to do. She was committed to doing what God had entrusted in her hands. And that is why God honored her. And he says that God calls and equips us to use our skills to meet needs that are present in our community and the world at large. So let's release our skills into the service of Jesus and see how he will use our act of love to stitch hearts and lives together. We all have something. What do you have? No matter how it is, whether big or small, we are required to use them. Just hand them over to God and let God to use them to accomplish the purpose for which we have been given those gifts and those calling and those talent. Don't let us look down on any gifts, on any abilities. Nothing is too small before God. God will use every gift, every ability, every talent to touch other lives, to reach, out to other people, to bring hope to people, to bring joy into the lives of people. So let us be like Tabitha, be diligent in utilizing the gift that God has given to us. What talent and abilities has God given to you? I'm sure when you search through, you'll be able to count more than one. And if so, how can you use them to help the people in need? There are needy people all around us. It's not everybody who needs money. Some of them, they even need smiles. Some of them, they even need somebody who will just be there to listen to them. Some of them, they will need somebody who will just give them a ride. Some of them, they need somebody who will just give them a meal a day. And all of us, God has given all this to us. Let us reach out and use what God has given to us to be a blessing to other people. For the gifts are not for us to sit on them, but they are for us to use them to enrich other lives. God bless you.